Hey everybody. So I'm back. I want to thank everybody for checking out my last video. If you haven't checked it out, I'll put the description in the link. And I also want to say thank you to my subscribers. But I also want to say if you're watching the video, just click the like button. It's okay. Just click the like button. So this video is about lease versus company at Prime Inc. So I wanted to make this video because there's been a lot of people that's been coming to y'all telling y'all about company when they never been company. Since I've done both, I figured I'd share some light and let you make that decision on, what you need to do. So I went to Prime in 2018. Okay. So I went to Prime in 2018. Um, And I'm gonna honestly say it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. Um, because I've never really been outside of Alabama. So it was a really good experience to experience that. And I was excited. I was excited to be away. I was excited to learn something new. I was just excited. So I was like a kid. When you happy about something that you feel like you want to learn, you excited about it. My classmates that I was with were really good. Everybody was friendly. Um, so I started. Let's see. I got my CDL. I passed my test. I want to say in November of 2018. Got on the truck with my first training because I had to do night school. Night class is basically because they don't have enough trainers, so but they have a lot of students, so they'll try to still get you to learn your maneuvers. So they put me and another one of my classmates in night class because they didn't have enough trainers, especially trainers that wanted to put women on their truck. So me and her had to go to night class. We learned our maneuvers. Shout out to Z. Shout out to Z because he taught the maneuvers like it was nothing, baby. So we and her didn't stay in night class. I think we stayed in night class for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks or so. We tested out because we told them we were ready. And me and her ended up passing the class or whatever. So now we're sitting waiting on a trainer. So we both waiting on the trainer. I end up going with, let's see. No, I went, so I end up having to go home. They asked me, do I want to go home? Because I'm guessing it started to get crowded now, and I was sitting there waiting for a minute. So I end up saying, yeah, I'm gonna go home. They got us a rental car. They got me and another girl a rental car, and we went home. And I sat at home waiting on the train, which was fine because I was already, by that time, I was already away from home. Shoot, it had to be like 3 or 4 months. I haven't seen home in a while. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait at the house. So got home, waited some more, right? And I thought they forgot. I'm like, did y'all forget? But I was still getting paid. So I was like, I had to call them. No, we still looking for a trainer. And then they finally found me one. And they said, oh, he coming through Birmingham tomorrow, so be ready. So my first trainer, y'all, was not. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't speak English too well. Um, and I believe he was only a driver for 2 years or something like that. So anything I asked him, he didn't have an answer to. And if he thought that he knew, like if he thought that he told you something and let's say you didn't do whatever it is he said he told you, he get upset. And then I tell you da 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 da. And I'm like, no, you never said that. I didn't hear you say that. So long story short with that, I only stayed with him for 2 weeks. Okay. So because he really wasn't doing nothing. He let me pick up the wrong trailer before. Like, he really wasn't teaching me nothing. I guess he thought because I passed my CDL that I've been out on the road with a trainer already, and I haven't. So I'm just doing what he telling me to do. I believe it was in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, picking up. And y'all, I promise, I'm driving around this dang lot the longest looking for this trailer. So I'll tell him, I said, I found the trailer, but the seals don't match. The seals that's on the paperwork and that's on the trailer don't match. Never got up. He never got up. He's still in the bed. Oh, that's fine. Just keep going. Just tell the guy at the gate. I said, okay, cool. Y'all, I go to the gate and I tell the guard, I said, hey, my seals don't match. It's okay. I just push out the new paperwork with a new seal. So he cut off that seal that was on the trailer and updated the paperwork. Dude told me to just send it in to dispatch, right? So that's what I did. I sent it in to dispatch. Tell me why we go. So I'm still driving. So I'm pulling up to fuel, and then we swapping. He's like, oh, did you do your live call, your live load call? I said, no, I didn't know anything about live load call. He was like, yeah, you got to call up there to Prime and let them know we picked up this load. I said, okay, cool. So I called, and she's like, what's your trailer number? So I'm reading the trailer number off the trailer, right? She said, I don't see that in our system. You should ask our trailer because we don't have a trailer that starts with that number. I said, what? I said, this is the trailer that was on our paper. This is the trailer number that was on our paperwork. She said, where's your trainer? I said, oh, he just went in the store. Y'all. She said, can you look on the side of this trailer and can you see if it says Prime Ink on there? The trailer did not say Prime Ink. You know what it said? I believe I had a U.S. Express trailer. I had a U.S. Express trailer. I was so upset. I mean, so upset. And we far. It's not like we, a block or so or exit over, 2 exits over. Y'all, we far. We in a whole other state. I was so mad because the man wasn't teaching me nothing. He'll just go in the back and go to sleep. And I'm backing up at places, trying to teach myself how to back up. Other drivers were coming to me from other companies, like older drivers, and they're like, yo, you good? You got a trainer? What's going on? I was like, my trainer's back. And they would teach me how to back up. Show me, turn it like this, do this, da da da. Yeah, I was frustrated. By the time I picked up that trailer, I was frustrated. I told him I got to get off this truck because he's not teaching me nothing. And I need to know how to survive. Because trucking is not something you just jump in the truck and just start riding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to know the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he wasn't teaching me that. I feel like if I would have stayed on the truck, I wouldn't have knew nothing. And I probably would have killed myself and somebody else because I don't know nothing about the truck. He wasn't teaching me nothing. So I told him, I need to get off the truck. I was so furious. I called my daddy because my daddy is a truck driver too. So I called my daddy. I told him what was going on. He said, where you at? I said, I forgot where we were, but I know we had left Ohio. He's like, I just drove past there. I said, what? I could have jumped in the truck with you. Because I was so mad. I was ready to go any way I could. I was ready to go. So, needless to say, I ended up off his truck or whatever. And uh I ended up getting another trainer, but I had to sit, I want to say I said another week or two or something like that. Because I told him my next trainer, I want somebody to have some years, more than 2, please. No smoker, but I need you to be able to teach me something. So they gave me Marlon. Shout out to Marlon. I love Marlon. I used to get on his nerves, pretty sure, but he got on mine too. But he taught me everything I needed to know about that truck. Everything. So, needless to say, y'all, if you don't feel comfortable with your first trainer, ask for another one, please. Um, and I'm only saying that because of safety reasons, because you don't want to be out here rushing your training. I just want to go and get out the truck. I don't care if I'm learning that, and I just want to go get my own truck. You don't want to do that because you're going to pay for that in the end. You know what I'm saying? So you want to learn, you want someone that can teach you everything you need to know. So the reason I said that is because once I got my own truck, because I stayed with Marley for an extra 2 weeks because they was backed up at the terminal and was trying to get trucks in. So I ended up staying with him, and we worked something out or whatever. So once I got my truck, I went company. My first, I want to say I was with Prime for 3 years. So the first, I think it was 2.5. 2.5 or 3 years I was with them. I was company. Me personally, I know a lot of people have a lot to say about company, but me personally, I enjoy company. I enjoy the benefits. I enjoy, to me, it was still freedom. Because my dispatcher was pretty cool when he was a company dispatcher. We'll get into that later. So when I started driving, when I first got my truck, um, no, you don't have the freedom to pick your loads like with leasing. You can say yes or no, whatever. But my dispatcher was pretty much like, because he was a driver too, so he was like, you know. But a lot of the things I would kind of challenge on because I was scared because other drivers and stuff were telling me about this area and that area and da da da. So he would kind of like encourage me, just go up here like Maine, my first ride to Maine. I promise I was scared to go to Maine. And then he was like, look, I promise you it's not that bad. Whatever you done heard is not like that. And so he's like, if you just go this one time, we're not gonna go back. I said, okay, cool. I went and I ended up enjoying it. I think we went like with 2, 3 more times, then I'll end up on a dedicated account with General Mills. So needless to say, don't let nobody talk you out of it either. And you don't know what type of dispatcher you might get on the company side. To me, it seems like the dispatchers on the company side are a little bit more lenient than the dispatchers on the lease side. And that's just from experience, because I did have a problem with this other guy named Jason from company side, but he was the only one I would have a problem with. Like, everybody else seems to be fine. They'll give me another load and I keep rolling. But every time Jason would, take over for night or weekend, it was just always a problem. Yeah, like he can never find me anything. And then my dispatcher get in and boom, it go low. Go like the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like he would do stuff. Like he told me one time, because my hometown was coming up, he told me one time, I'm all the way in Michigan. I'm all the way in Reed City, Michigan. He told me, go ahead, just deadhead home. I said, are you going to pay me to deadhead home? Well, that's something you and your dispatcher got to talk about. I said, well, I'm going to sit here until my dispatcher get in Monday. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Like, how you going to tell me to do something? You going to tell me you ain't going to pay me, but you telling me to do it? He will always throw my dispatcher under the bus. Always. And then they start telling me basically this was disciplinary action because I guess I guess you can't talk back. I'm guessing. So um, I'm like, yeah, okay, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really like strike one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling them, oh, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. I hope you heard me though, because one thing, I don't make threats. That's not my thing. I don't do that. I tell you what I'm about to do. And if I say it, that's what I'm doing. If I say quit playing with me, or I'm gonna take this truck back to Springfield, that's what I'm gonna do. With the load. I don't even care if it's loaded or not. We going to Springfield, you can have your truck, your trailer, and your load. You can have it all. That wasn't no threat when I said that. But I guess Pride don't like for you to talk back. They want you to be mouses. And that's what I learned on the lease side. I was a little frustrated on the company side, but I promise you, y'all, it wasn't as much as what I learned about how Prime really how they really are. With company, I was still straight. I was that's why I wanted to go back, because I'm like, I'm gonna go back and be company. Woo, woo, woo. So I reached out to my dispatcher, and he told me he's a lease dispatcher now. I don't feel comfortable with learning, getting to know new dispatchers and stuff like that, because I feel like if we already built a relationship or whatever, I know you, you know me, you know how I like to ride, I know how you like to throw loads. So let's go ahead and finish this. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. Instead of having to build a relationship, they got to figure out how I communicate, because it might be a little aggressive at times. But you know, I mean, we already had that relationship, so I'm like, okay, I trust him. He didn't steer me. He never steered me wrong on company side. So I'm like, okay, let me just see. So went back, lease. Woo! I shouldn't have went lease. I shouldn't have went lease. It was just so much that went wrong from the beginning. Like just from the beginning. So when I came back, they said I had to do 20,000 because I haven't drove a tractor, a tractor, a trailer, and a tractor for a year. I think I haven't drove in a year at that time. So they had me to go back and do a refresher's miles. So I had to do 20,000 miles. So I get there, and it started off wrong. They was getting my paperwork and stuff wrong. Um, uh, yeah, it was like they had forgot about the stuff that I had and was getting everybody else that was, they had came back together. So I felt some type of way then, like, why I feel like y'all forgetting my stuff. So I'm having to find people to, look for. Can you give me my badge? Can you do that? Like, y'all forgot to give me that. I'm looking for these people, running up and down the campus end, looking at the terminal, like stuff like that, like looking for them because they forgot something about me. So I really was shaky then. I'm like, oh man, like, I don't know. So it was a girl that came back. We was in the same class. She came back too. And they just gave her a truck. She asked me, did I want to go ahead and get on her truck, just go and get the 20,000 miles out the way. I said, yeah, heck yeah, because I ain't trying to sit up here. So we had to like stretch that really, because they was acting some type of way about me getting on her truck. So long story short, me and her get on the truck, we knock out 20,000 miles. Okay. Her dispatcher. So when you get on somebody else's truck, they dispatcher become your dispatcher. So her dispatcher and I couldn't really see eye to eye, because I felt like he was just trying to profit. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But this her dispatcher, and she was saying the same thing. I'm like, you know, your dispatcher. So, so, so I'm like, you know, I need to hurry up, get out this truck. I'm done with my 20. The truck, she had a brand new, stinking new truck. Okay. The truck said we were at 20,000. I promise you. The truck said 20,000. He told me I can't get out the truck. Because I still got, he's like, you still got, in our system, it still show this much, da, da, da. And that's what threw me the wrong way. I'm like, what? No. So I'm telling him, like, listen, this thing say 20,000 man. Even she trying to tell him. So I'm guessing he put that as I'm being difficult. All because I'm talking. But some people are just really very sensitive. Very sensitive. I just talk like this. I can't I can't really help how you take it. So I'm not doing anything but just talking. But it made it seem like it was the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, when I got back to Prime to upgrade to get my truck, he telling me, he like, look, don't reach out to your dispatcher because I'm still technically your dispatcher. I think he wanted to become my dispatcher from the moment I got in his truck. Because he asked me, he was like, do you have a dispatcher? I see you got Josh as your dispatcher. Do you still want a dispatcher? I mean, do you want to be on my side? I was like, no, I'm going back to my dispatcher. And I'm glad I did say that because me and him we could, but it was a lie. He was a liar. I'm just being honest. Stuff that he was saying was not true. Like he was telling me when I got back to the terminal, he was telling me, he was like, your dispatcher not in, so he's not in today, but I seen him yesterday and I had a conversation with him yesterday and I was telling him that we're gonna get you in the truck. That's what he was calling me and telling me. So he wouldn't put it in messages. Anybody that know me know I love Messenger. Like I love for you to put everything in message. That way when somebody try to try me on something, I can just go and show them that message because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna take their own little word, you know, inside house or whatever. So if I needed backup and proof, I had proof. But he kept calling me. Like he wouldn't put it in message. So I ended up reaching out to Josh, which is my dispatcher. Because Josh told me before I got in the truck, because I told him, look, he had to approve for me to get on the truck with her. He said he didn't care. He just want to go get 20,000 miles off. Me too. So he said, once you get back, once you finish your 20,000 miles, let me know. That's what he told me. So that's what I did. So, but dude told me, he's like, don't reach out to your dispatcher. I already talked to him, da da da. So I'm telling him I'm telling my dispatcher what's going on. He's like, no, I ain't know anything about that. I said, so number one, I'm starting to find out the lease side is a bunch of crooks, bro. Like y'all they lie. It's a bunch of lying going on. They told my dispatcher that I was difficult and that she wanted me off her truck. Me and her ain't never had no issue. Ever. The only thing I wouldn't do is, you know, be messy, talk about people, because that's not my thing. And be up talking about dudes and stuff. I don't be want to hear that. I'm not that. I'm not that girl. I'm not a girly girl like that. So I don't be talking about boys or whatever. I never have. So it's like, and I'm married. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So all the stuff that she was interested in and wanted to talk about didn't really float my boat. I just wanted to get my miles. She was very cool. Don't get twisted. We never had no problems. So for my dispatcher to say that they said that I was difficult and they was ready for me to get off the truck was weird to me. So I'm like, I thought about hitting her up and confront her about it, but I didn't. I left it alone. I said, no, let's just leave it alone. You off the truck, leave it alone. Because we like I said, we never had no problems. You know what I'm saying? Every time we talked, everything was good. It was all friendly. Everybody was good. So I thought it was, unless that was her way of having her dispatcher, come on, she got her miles. So making it seem difficult, that I was difficult, whatever, and that she ready for me to get off the truck. If that was her way of doing that, I can understand. But if it wasn't, I can't understand. But so let's see. I had to wait. They have this list of who go check out trucks and stuff like that. So I go out there and look at the truck, right? And um I check out the truck, test drive it. I was looking for a lightweight. I like the lightweights. A lot of people complain about them, but I like it. Um I was looking for a lightweight. At that time, I didn't see no lightweights. They didn't have none out there. I saw a lot of day cabs, but they didn't have no lightweights. So I found the truck that I ended up having, and I asked them for the maintenance records on it so I could check it out. And I checked the truck. I think I kept the truck for like 2 days or so before I actually signed it because I wanted to see if anything was wrong with it. Make sure I do a thorough report on it. Now, okay, I'm skipping some pieces because some stuff is not important. So I signed a contract. We get out on the road, and the truck goes crazy. I already showed y'all in my last video of why I left Prime. The truck just immediately just started going crazy, and we were making money. Let's not get it twisted. I still have my paper. Because I write down all my loads. I still have my paperwork on how much each load was and how much it grossed, how much it was taken out. Like, I write everything down to a T. I'm very detailed. So I still have my paperwork. Yeah, we were making money. Now, the problem came when we went from when I had to drop the load in Georgia and go to the shop. So that week right there, I made, there you go, right there. That week, because there was McDo, I went to McDo, Georgia. McDo, Georgia. I might be saying that wrong. But I made $6,000. I grossed $6,000. That's it. Yep, because he put that load with that. I grossed $6,000 that week. And I took home 2. To me, that ain't good. From 6 and you only take home 2, but whatever. So after that, the truck was in the shop legit for 3 weeks. Because they would fix one thing that they thought was the issue, and it wasn't the issue. Then they fixed another thing that was the issue, it wasn't the issue. Then they had to wait because Prime had to overnight them a part, and they would put that on the truck, and that was an issue. So I was down for 3 weeks, which means I was in the hole for $3,000. So, but when you break down, you're supposed to have breakdown pay, which that was like a little situation because I didn't know exactly how much breakdown was because I thought it was $250 a day. But when I called, the guy told me it's actually he said $270 But I didn't get paid the full 3 weeks because they were trying to say when they, let me slow down. So they offered me to go get a loaner truck. When I went to go get the loaner truck was doing the same thing my truck was doing. So I said, no, I'm not, no. So because they said I turned down that loaner truck, that's why they didn't pay me for the full 3 weeks. So they only paid me $19.25, which, by the way, was deducted still from my week's pay. So this is what I want to tell you. Then I found out, because I still had friends and stuff that was driving for Prime even when I wasn't, when I left or whatever. So I reached out to the one cat that I knew. He's been a lease driver his whole time there. So I said, hey, because I'm looking at my settlements, and I'm like, I thought reefer was free. I thought they pay for reefer. Now, when I first came to Prime, and I was a company driver, I promise you, reefer was free, because I had classmates that went ahead and did lease, and then him who I would, be getting advice and stuff from, and then my trainer, Marlon. So all of them would tell me we don't have to pay for reefer. We just technically we paying for the tractor fuel. Reefer's on Prime. But when I saw my settlements, I guess they changed that, because I did hear that people were still in the reefer fuel or whatever. They'll make it seem like they get a reefer, but they'll be putting it in the tractor. Could be. It's always people messing stuff up. So, but when I was there, I promise you, when I saw my settlements, my reefer fuel was being taken out. I'm so serious. So that was one thing. Then your detention. Your detention also, you get half and then they get half. That makes no sense to me. Why I have to pay you detention and you not sitting here at the shipper or receiver or whatever? That's weird. Everything, they deduct everything out. A lot of stuff, some stuff I understand. I completely understand, you know what I'm saying, tractor fuel, but if you say you're a lease, if you say you're a lease driver, they try, so at Prime, they make it like you the owner of this truck. That's your truck. You make the truck, right? You have all this power, but you really don't, because for anybody that's ever owned anything, let's say a box truck or whatever, you basically supposed to get between 80 to 100% of that money back, because that is yours, regardless of where you leased it on to. At Prime, you not getting, not even like that. The 70, listen. And then when I would call and ask about the miscellaneous stuff, everybody would have a different answer. Because I would call one week and then I'll wait so I can see if the answers still match up. Everybody have a different answer. Or some people couldn't tell me at all. I really don't know what this is. Like, what? I didn't like that. I didn't like that you can't explain where my money was going. And then it felt like every week, because it felt like I started off, to me, I started off good. We was rolling. Because I was still getting my feet wet, trying to learn everything that they take out and stuff like that. But it felt like every week, especially after I called them out on them owing me some money for breakdown. It's felt like ever since then, my money started dwindling down. And I'm talking about like deductions, like stuff that they deducted out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would read that statement thoroughly every week, and it would be something different every week. I would go back and compare, because I told you I write my stuff down. I would go back and compare previous weeks of the same gross now, but different deductions. The same legit gross, but somehow this week you take way more. So I was getting frustrated. I was just all the way frustrated. I haven't been home because I had a plan. Once I got there, I was going to, when I got to Georgia, before my truck started cutting up like that, I was going to stay out for, I want to say, a week or two. And then I was going to go home for a week. But that didn't work out like that because my truck had been shot. But I'm telling y'all, listen, and I know numbers. My husband know numbers, and he was the one I was sending my statements to look at, to make sure I wasn't tripping. I didn't want to be the one tripping. And he couldn't even understand. And he low key an accountant. He low key has an accounting degree. So I know he understand numbers. So he couldn't understand it. He was like, why is, and every time I would ask him, I'm telling you, they either didn't have the answer because they didn't know, or they'll come up with some BS. And I felt like because I was asking questions and because I was, voicing my opinion, because I'm not the type that's going, I'm not going to sit back and just ride and you make the money. I'm not that person. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to stay company. Because at least, you're not bringing in $2, $3, $4, $5,000. But I was at least doing 13 to 15, and that was okay with me. Especially in my 20s. I was in my 20s. I was in my early 20s at that time. That was pretty cool for me. So that was fine. And I was okay with going back to do that. I'm satisfied with stuff. I don't have to make a whole bunch of money. But my thing is, if I am out here to make money, I need my work to match the money. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And my truck note wasn't even high. I don't really care for the truck note. That's why I didn't do lease the first time. But like I told you, I only went because my dispatcher had switched over to lease. That was the only reason I was a lease driver. So my truck note though, because it was a 2023, and it only had a year. I think it had a year left on it. So I was like, and it only had when I got it, it only had 177,000 miles. So it was barely driven. So I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and run this last little bit out this contract or whatever, the little year or whatever. And then I'm gonna switch over. Hopefully by that time I can find a lightweight. That was my plan. That was legit my plan. It didn't work out like that. It just didn't work out like that. Especially when I started seeing how the settlements work and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, like, and then they want you to pay taxes out of what they give you back. You have to pay taxes off of that. How if you taking 3, 4, 5,000? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just saying, to me, and I don't know why I just don't get how you hype up lease like that. Because when I was a company driver, I promise you, lease drivers thought they was the baddest thing smoking. I'm talking about they feel like they was bad company. Just y'all ain't making no money. Da, da, da. The least I've made as a company driver was $800, and that was because I was short my week because I would go home. I only had to do I figured out I only really had to do 4 loads of back and forth from Murfreesboro to Michigan. 4 loads in the pay week. And I take home 13 to 14 after taxes. When I would make 800, 900, it's because I went home that week. And I was fine with that. But you got people, that's 13, 14 don't work for them. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to do a lot with company. Heck, I bought a car with cash that I ended up giving to my mama later on. A fully loaded car, not no basic car, not no basic car, a fully loaded car. I still didn't break the bank. That car cost 10. Well, how much was that car? 10, but I got it for 7 because I wasn't finna pay 10. I mean, I could, but no, I don't trust dealerships. So I got it for 7. Then bought property because I wasn't spending my money like that. I was just saying, when you're on the road, it's easy to save. When you're on the road, when you come home, that's when you're doing all the spending. So, but when I would come home, I really wasn't buying. I was just like take my parents out, stuff like that. But uh, I bought a fully loaded car, bought property, about an acre of land for. He wanted 6. I bought it for 5. This was before the pandemic. This was pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic. um, um, and I ended up building a house. Then bought another car. It still haven't. So I'm saying that because I don't want people to think that you only have to go in this direction with lease in order to make money. You can make money with company. You're just gonna have to be disciplined. You're gonna have to be disciplined and save money. Even if you was a lease driver, you still got to be disciplined. You're gonna have to save your money. You can't just go out. That's the problem. Y'all trying to live this life, this lavish lifestyle. You need to learn. The reason why I didn't jump into lease, number one, I didn't like lease. I thought it was stupid. Just being honest. But the other thing was because I wanted to learn the trucking industry. I didn't know anything about trucking to jump off and do no freaking lease. So I went company, and I enjoyed company. That's why I stayed that long. I enjoyed company. Now, lease is what made me not want to return back to Prime because now I saw the floodgates. See them doors done open, and I done seen the true colors of how you really act. The demeanor of Prime. It could just be me, but for those of you who understand what I'm about to say, you know, the atmosphere at Prime has gotten so dark to me that it's uncomfortable. Just walking in, like you could tell certain people don't want you there by the way they look at you. Like it just feels really, just really off. I don't know if it's because Rob Lowe is not, leading like that anymore. But I feel like whatever they was doing before, when I was there, they need to get back to that because they gonna lose a lot of good drivers because of whoever the new management or whatever's going on is trying to incorporate. Listen, all money ain't good money, okay? And just because you got people that's willing to do stuff for a lower price doesn't mean you need to take that challenge. That's not. I'd rather pay the higher price for the good quality work than the lower price for the bummy work. Then you paying now you finna be out of pocket because you got to pay for equipment. You got to pay for the like. I just rather not deal with that. But I don't run that company, so that would just be my motto. But listen, I say go company, but you do what you do. I did my first year. I did 50,000. Yeah, I did 50,000, and then the second year I did 55. So it went up the second year, and to me, which is weird too, because I thought I did less the second year. I felt like I didn't drive as much my second year company, but my taxes said 55, so 55 it was. But I'm telling you, I can't speak for it now because I haven't went company. I haven't been company for a long time. But when I was there, company was the way to go. Like they straight. You're gonna run into your hiccups here and there, but not as much. You don't have that much stress as lease. And because leasing is really just, I hate to say it, but it's a scam. When you grow 6,000, and you only take home two or three or whatever. And I get you're supposed to get what 72. You're supposed to get 72. I still feel like that's not enough. But to each his own, because there's people that really drank the Kool-Aid over there. They feel like whatever what Prime got going on is for them. It's all what it all is about was what works for you. That's the point of my video. So don't let people say, "Oh, y'all should come lease. Y'all should do this." Because when I was leasing, I'm telling you, I was told it's not that many loads. That's what I was told. Until y'all, want me to ride. I would legit sit. So let's say my load deliver that morning, right? So I have a 4 o'clock. I would have to sit because they wouldn't give me a load until legit like the next day, and then the next day around at the afternoon or nighttime. I like to ride in the mornings. But it seemed like now their loads are being pushed to more evening time. Cause that was like I would legit deliver in the mornings, still have plenty of clock to run, and sit there full day, the rest of that day, and don't pick up a load until the next day. I cannot understand it. I cannot understand that. So to me, I feel like they put a bad taste in my mouth. I shouldn't have did it. I really shouldn't have did it because I did not. Yes, I had my little prior, but that was just kind of like a brother sister relationship. Like sometimes you get on my nerves, sometimes you don't, but I can still rock with you. Now, I don't want to rock. I don't want to see Prime. I don't want to do like I promise y'all. I don't care anything about Prime. I really don't. Like, that was such a bad taste. It's crazy. All the lying that was going on, the controlling that was going on. Don't say too much because they might not give us no more money. This and that, this and that. You make yourself look difficult. How? Because I'm asking for my money? How? Because I'm asking questions about what's X, Y, and Z. Like, what's this right here? What's that? Oh, y'all want music? Y'all want the mime team say that so I can get on out of here. I'm not a mime. I'm gonna say what I need to say. I need to ask questions. I need to figure out what's going on. And if you can't explain it to me, then I need to leave. That's not where I need to be. To be told, Miracle, stop asking questions. I was told that by my dispatcher, who I trusted, by the way. I trusted you. I did. That was the only reason why I went lease, buddy. I trusted you. And you told me to not ask any more questions. After I would have your back when other dispatchers would throw you under the bus. Come on, bro. And you told me not to ask no more questions. And I wasn't even talking to him. I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to who was it? Road Assist? Every time I would be talking to somebody, payroll. So I'll be talking to payroll. Every time I would be talking, I don't know if it would automatically go to his computer too, but he would always see the conversation and say something. And I would never respond back because I'm like, I'm not even talking to you. Like, why you, like, that was weird. That was weird. But when I was a company job, I could say what I want to say. And I ain't have to worry about you stealing no money. Cause even when I guess they had forgot to pay me for something. I had completely forgot about it. But they sent me an extra check. And I asked them what was this for. It's when I was company. And they was like, oh, this was your detention for like, it was like a long time ago. And I was like, oh, I forgot all about this. They was like, yeah, we forgot to pay you for it. And I was like, oh, okay. Leasing, would I think they would do that? No. I think they had a pick of the litter. Because I think it's a lot of it's a lot of butt kissing going on over there. It's a lot of butt kissing going on. You gotta kiss the butt to get the float. You have to. And I'm not a butt kiss. I never been. Can't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't. And I liked y'all. I did. You helped me build a house. I liked y'all, but that's it. That was the end of the road for me. I refuse to go back. I refuse, even if Prime was the last company out here. I go to Swift before I go back to Prime. And that's bad. That's bad. I'm just being honest. Like, Prime really rubbed me the wrong way. And now my trust is just not there. Because the stuff that was going on, and I ain't even telling y'all, I'm not even telling y'all all of it. I'm telling y'all the surface so y'all can, make your pick and live. Not my experience may not be your experience. You might go out there and have a beast of a dispatcher. You know what I'm saying? And I say more power to you, make the money. But my experience, I wouldn't do it again. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't go back at all. And that was a different experience from company. Company, I didn't mind going back. I had a bad taste, but that was just about a dispatch. That was about the Jason. That was about the weekend dispatcher. Calling me, waking me up, threatening me, you gotta have this load here when it's my regular load, which is a drop and hook. So you got time on it. Yeah. He was the only person that rubbed me the wrong way with company. So I still had I go back. I didn't care. Because I wasn't like, foaming at the mouth about them. But, baby, since I did Lease, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. I really don't. I wish y'all well, in y'all endeavors. I'm going to say you need to fix a lot of stuff because y'all going to get sued again. Again. Y'all stealing. That's all I'm saying. It's crook activity going on in Prime. That's all I'm saying. It really is. If you know what's going, if you really like, if you've been in the depths of Prime, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been at the depths because you everything going so good for you because you wanted the butt kisses, then you gonna have a problem with what I'm saying. But for those of you who know, it's crook activity. They have their favorites. It's very cliquish. Don't nobody really talk to you unless you talk to them. They're not as friendly like that up there. And the atmosphere done got dark. But listen, I say y'all need to change a lot of stuff because y'all gonna get sued again, bro. Y'all gonna get sued again. Not by me, but somebody that really, like somebody that come up there, they really know what's going on. Y'all gonna get sued again. Seriously, because and there is no way for you to go. I grossed that week I was telling you, them 3 weeks I told you I was off, that I was down for breakdown. That week I came back, right here, I grossed dang near 6,000, 59, 58, 38. I took home nothing. Because they said I was in the hole for the breakdown. That they only paid me $19.25, which is what they put. They put the $19.25 in my 5. So they could take that out too. They think they slid. I know what's going on. But that's why I got the heck on too, because you even play me like that. I refuse. They tell me to be quiet. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do it. I just can't. Because the more I be quiet, the more it's going to bother me. Because now I feel like I'm letting you get over me. I can't do that. So, make your own decision. This was your company versus Lease, the real deal. Like I said, yes, you have issues. You have issues everywhere. Nothing's perfect. It's trucking. But one thing I can say with company, you stay running. You know why? Because this their truck. And you their employee. See more trucks sitting with lease than you do with company. I know this for a fact because we will be out there sitting talking, trying to figure out what's going on. With company, I did not sit like that. If I sat, it's because I asked to. I did not sit like that. Maybe it's the wrong time to get into leasing. Could be. I don't know. But from the get-go, I knew it was not a good deal. That's why I didn't do it. But I say make your own decision. Don't base it off of somebody else. Because you might go out there and you might kill it. You never know. But mine's, yeah. I would recommend you be company, but you know, everybody always want to do what everybody else doing, so they want to compete with everybody else. So do what you gonna do. I'm gonna go. I gotta go. Bye, y'all. Y'all be safe out there.